I can still remember that night, the night I took the bus to Wayward Lane. It was a little past midnight, and the rain was coming down hard, the kind that blurs the world into grey streaks and shadows. The streets were empty. The lamps flickered weakly, fighting the dark and losing. I didn't even want to walk that night. My shoes were soaked, and the last bus was already rumbling at the stop, the driver shouting, "Last stop, get in if you're coming." So I did. I shouldn't have. The moment I stepped in, I knew something felt off. The lights inside flickered dimly, barely glowing. The air smelled thick, a mix of petrol, diesel, and wet clothes. It was suffocating. I counted about 12 passengers. Some were asleep, some stared blankly at their phones, and a few gazed out into the rain-soaked night. I sat beside a quiet girl, maybe around my age. She didn't say a word, just kept looking out the window, her reflection pale in the glass. For a while, everything seemed fine. The driver made a few stops, letting people off. The bus grew emptier and quieter, until we hit the highway. That's when things changed. Instead of heading toward the usual route, the driver veered off, down a narrow road I didn't recognize. Soon, we were surrounded by thick forest. The trees towered on both sides, and the only sound was the groaning of the engine. My chest tightened. I didn't want to panic, but something was wrong. The girl beside me leaned closer and whispered, "Do you know this road?" I shook my head. My palms were sweating. My heart was pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. A few minutes later, the bus came to a sudden stop. Out of nowhere, 4 men appeared from the dark, huge, shadowy figures. They climbed onto the bus like they owned it. More men stood outside, their flashlights slicing through the windows, blinding us. "Nobody move." One of them barked. He had a gun. Another held a knife. The other 2 carried bats. No one breathed. That's when I saw it, through the window. The trees outside weren't just trees. They were stained.
Red. And on so med trunks hung strange, twisted charms. Symbols made of bone and rope, glistening in the rain.
That's when I knew. We hadn't taken the wrong road. We'd been led here. The men began dragging people off the bus, one by one. Some passengers screamed, some prayed, others just sat frozen. No one fought.
No one dared.
They herded us to a clearing nearby, a wide space lit by a roaring campfire. The flames threw shadows on faces painted with symbols I didn't understand. It was then I realized what was happening. We weren't passengers anymore. We were offerings. They tied us up. The smell of smoke and blood filled the air. I watched, helpless, as one man tried to run. They caught him instantly. And right there in front of us, they cut off his head. I'll never forget that sound. The girl beside me trembled so hard I thought she'd faint. I wanted to run, to scream, to do anything, but my body wouldn't move. I whispered to her to stay calm, even though I wasn't calm at all. Well, that'll be it for today, guys. I'll be posting the part 2 of this episode tomorrow, same time, so be sure to turn on notifications. Let me know what you think in the comments about all this. I'm always excited to read them, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.